The conflict in Ukraine has reduced relations between the United States and Russia to their lowest point in recent times. Russia is showing that it doesn't care about people's rights, other countries' sovereignty and territorial integrity, or their ability to choose their own future. Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, is obviously interested in imperialism. Putin would probably prefer to turn Ukraine back into Russian territory because it did not start the war. Not another Cold War, this. Aggression that is unrestrained and brutal is not cold. The United States and its transatlantic allies will have to learn how to fight in this new sort of war. Putin's military and Russia's use of energy as a form of blackmail, coercion, and profit are two of his most critical weapons, and the transatlantic community must first checkmate them. Before we begin, please show your support by liking this video and subscribing to my channel so you don't miss any future updates. Strengthening for the fight. The United States has taken a number of steps to defend Ukraine, hold the Russian Federation accountable for its war crimes in Ukraine, and to fortify the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO. The list of American actions since the war's official start on February 24 is not complete. Washington has sanctioned Moscow numerous times, which has hurt the Russian economy. The American economy currently values the Russian ruble at less than 1 cent. Transactions by U.S. financial institutions with Sberbank and with the Russian Central Bank were subject to limitations imposed by the U.S. Sanctions on the VTB Bank, 4 other Russian financial institutions, VAB, the Russian Direct Investment Fund, the Nord Stream 2 pipeline and its CEO, several defense-related organizations, Vladimir Putin, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, a number of oligarchs with ties to the Kremlin, and more. Additionally, it removed a number of Russian banks from the SWIFT messaging system in order to guarantee that these institutions remain separated from the international financial system and undermine their capacity to function globally. Additionally, the U.S. is supplying Ukraine with cutting-edge weapons like Javelin anti-tank missiles and Stinger anti-aircraft systems, as well as additional military aid like grenade launchers. Weapons such handguns, rifles, body armor, helmets, and humanitarian aid. In case the war encroaches on NATO territory, the U.S. has moved some 14,000 troops to Germany, Poland, and Romania to bolster NATO's eastern flank. ICUS. Additionally, modern history has seen a number of effects from Russian relations. The United States and Russia have enacted a series of tit-for-tat measures in recent years, including the expulsion of diplomats and limitations on the number of diplomats who are permitted to work in each other's countries. The United States has had to reduce its diplomatic staff in Russia by about 90% over the past 4 years, claims a senior Biden administration official. Additionally, it is challenging for Americans to travel to Russia because of the Level 4 travel advisory issued by the U.S. State Department, and similarly, it is challenging for Russians to travel to the United States due to the suspension of most visa services. Paul Whelan, Trevor Reed, and Brittany Griner, 3 Americans, are presently detained in Russia. Whelan and Reed, 2 former U.S. Marines, are likely in prison on false charges, and Griner, a star player in the Women's National Basketball Association, WNBA, is detained on suspicion of bringing hashish oil into the Moscow airport in her luggage. The American State Department is seeking to liberate all 3 of them, after being imprisoned in Russia for nearly 10 months. In November 2022, Griner was transferred to the Russian penal colony IK2. U.S. officials stated that she was wrongfully detained. On December 8, Griner was released in a prisoner exchange for Russian arms dealer Viktor Bout. Russia has passed a new law related to the conflict in Ukraine that makes any reporting that contradicts the Russian government's account of events illegal, which has temporarily or permanently ceased operations, including the New York Times and Radio Free Europe/Radio Liberty in Russia. Similar to this, RT America stopped producing and let most of its employees go, most likely because it was no longer profitable due to factors related to the conflict in Ukraine. Relations between the United States and Russia will suffer greatly for the foreseeable future as a result of Russia's war in Ukraine. What do you think what's going next between Russia and Ukraine? Tell us in the comment section below. If you liked this video, don't forget to press the like button and subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.